Hello and welcome. You're watching TVRA World live from Jakarta, Indonesia. And this afternoon, we will bring you the special report of the closing ceremony of the 10th World Water Forum that's been held in Bali since the 18th of May until 25th tomorrow on the field trip and others. But now we'll cover this closing ceremony. And after several days of discussions, seminars, and also various activities related to water resource management, so we will bring you right now the closing ceremony of the 10th World Water Forum.
In our special report. Now, this event will take place at Taman Bagawan, Tanjung Benoa, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Indonesia from Sabang to Merauke. And there will be performances from 13 provinces guaranteed to amaze the delegates. I mean, this is such an exciting event tonight happening.
And of course, we will join our team there in Bali, particularly in Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center, where they will bring us the latest updates and the latest information from Bali. And today with me, Sesko Satrio.
And I'm Luisa Kusnandar. Let's start TVRI World Special Report.
And right now we'll go to Bali straight away with our friends there. We'll have someone over there. Who is it, Luisa? I think it is.
I'm thinking it's Siska Becker to start with. Hello, Siska. Are you there with us? We have Siska Becker, who is going to report to us from Bali. Hello, Siska. Looking great. Tell us what's going on there. Hello, Siska.
Please go on with your report.
I think Siska is still waiting for our audio to get in. Hello, Siska Becker.
We can see that Siska right now is in the media center of the Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center. And I think that, can Siska hear us already?
Okay, let's try connecting to Siska again. Hello, Siska.
Been working tirelessly to cover the 10th World Water Forum. But actually, all the action right now is happening around Mangopura Hall in BICC, where the closing ceremony is about to take place. So first, let's go to Bramuda Biru, our reporter who's already there at Mangopura Hall, just outside the hall, to give us an update of what actually is going on there in terms of preparation of the closing ceremony that's about to take place now. Hello, Bramuda. Please tell us what's the current situation there.
Also, Sesko, now I'm here just outside the Mangopura Hall in the Bali International Convention Center, or BICC, where the closing ceremony will take place just minutes from now. So to recap a bit about the event that is about to have a closing, that this event is regarded as one of the biggest, it's not one of the biggest, but the biggest World Water Forum ever existed, with the attendance of 50,000 attendees and also a total of possible investment reaching billions of dollars. This is also remarked as one of the most successful World Water Forum yet to happen until this day. So before my report, I have been inside the room of the Mangopura Hall, and before the closing, there is a synthesis session happening with several key remarks from key figures in the World Water Forum, and then later it will be closed by the Minister of Public Works and Public Housing, Basuki Hadimulyono, and also the President of World Water Council, Loic Fauchon. And also on the closing ceremony, there will also a handover for the role of host from Indonesia to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that will have the 11th World Water Forum. So we're still waiting for the event. There are still several delegates outside, but most of them are already inside waiting for the grand closing of this very great event. Yeah, well, all good things must come to an end, and this is one of the best things that ever happened to the World Water Forum, since it is the biggest, the largest, with most attendees, and also it has lots of possible investment for the betterment of the future of water for shared prosperity. So that would be my report for now. Bramuda and Hari reporting for CVRI World. Back to you, Siska.
Thank you, Bramuda, for being our eyes and ears there around Mangupura Hall. I can sense that the excitement is definitely in the air right now in the forum. So thank you for the updates. We'll be looking forward for more updates from Mangupura Hall at the closing ceremony. Thank you, Bramuda. Now, Luisa Sesko, let me now quickly recap the highlights of the last day of the 10th World Water Forum. So, one of the most encouraging results that we've seen so far coming out of the 10th World Water Forum is the Ministerial Declaration on Water for Shared Prosperity, coupled with the fact that the forum has been quite successful in garnering cooperation and also for attracting investments. In fact, we hear that 113 water-related projects have come out as a follow-up from all the meetings that has happened at the 10th WWF. We have more details.
They are more than just a declaration of water diplomacy, but the forum produced a more than 113 ITER and sanitation projects, valued at more than $9.4 billion. Minister Basuki said in a press conference on Tuesday, the projects include the accelerated provisions of drinking water to 3 million households and a sanitation project for 300,000 households. Basuki said that Indonesian people and people around the world will stand to benefit from projects. In addition, Indonesia, as the host of the 10th World Water Forum, has organized a high-level conference for the first time as part of the activities in the world's largest water forum. In the fourth day of the 10th World Water Forum, under the leadership of Indonesia, a ministerial declaration on water for shared prosperity was adopted at the ministerial meeting. As a concrete outcome of diplomatic victory for Indonesia, delegates from 106 countries and 27 international organizations attended the meeting.
So you see, Luisa Sesko, we've had good business here at the 10th World Water Forum with 113 water-related projects worth $9.4 billion. A very good deal, of course, for everyone who's involved in water-related issues in Indonesia and for the betterment of those investments. Of course, we hope to see more projects coming up soon. But let's talk about another much-awaited moment by all journalists here during the forum, which was the presentation on the agenda of Adoption Ministerial Declaration and closing remarks for the ministerial meeting attended by Minister of Public Works and Public Housing, Basuki Hadimulyono, and the President of World Water Council, Loic Fuchong. Now here we have the full content of the ministerial declaration.
Indonesian Minister of Public Works and Public Housing, who is also the chair of the National Committee organizing the 10th World Water Forum, Basuki Hadimulyono says the ministerial declaration was adopted at the end of the 10th World Water Forum ministerial meeting, involving 106 countries and 27 international organizations. The first point is the establishment of a Center of Excellence for Water Security and Climate for capacity building, knowledge sharing, and utilizations of superior facilities. Secondly, raising the issue of integrated water resources management on small islands. Though it is surrounded by vast waters, Indonesia still needs a good management system for overcoming the challenges related to quality and availability of clean water. And third, the proposal of a World Lake Day, which will be submitted to the United Nations. Lakes are a source of water which supports humans while having social and economic functions for society. Commemorations of World Lakes Day is one of the main keys to preserve lakes around the world. Several key points in the agreement include: first, the human rights to safe drinking water and sanitation, as components of the right to an adequate standard of living, are essentials for the full enjoyment of the right to life and all human rights. Second, recognizing the importance of tackling water-related challenges, including through an integrated approach that addresses climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution, and the need to conserve, protect, and sustainably manage the ecosystem. Third, aware that the impacts of climate change and increased demands on water safety and accessibility, including due to population growth, requires better management and cooperation, sustainable finance, as well as generations of and access to water-related knowledge and understanding. Fourth, concerned that the world is off track to ensure by 2030 the achievement of SDG number 6, which poses significant risks to human well-being and the three dimensions of sustainable development, namely environmental, economic, and social. Fifth, emphasizing the importance of inclusive coordination and collaboration among governments and water-related stakeholders at all levels, in accordance with applicable international law. Sixth, deeply concerned about the lack of access to adequate water and sanitation services in emergencies, including in times of natural and man-made disaster and in situations of armed conflicts, and emphasize the importance of access to basic drinking water and sanitation services in affected countries. 7. Welcoming efforts and initiatives to promote adaptive and socially inclusive and meaningful participation of all relevant stakeholders, including women, children, the elders, people with disabilities, indigenous peoples and local communities, and youth and those affected by water challenges. 8. Noting that innovative and sustainable financing is one of the main challenges in ensuring the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all.
So there you have it, Cesco and Luisa, the ministerial declaration, one of the most concrete resolution from the 10th World Water Forum. It will serve as a blueprint to formulate the next steps into sustainable water management. And of course, it is considered a win for the forum and for the host country, Indonesia. Now, Luisa, Cesco, we were just actually informed that the closing ceremony is about to begin. While we wait for it to actually begin, we will give you live feed from the venue from Mangupura Hall. Let me now continue my recap of the highlights of the 10th World Water Forum. So, Luisa, Cesco, I've had the opportunity and privilege speaking with a number of people here for the duration of the WWF, from government officials, from representatives of international organizations and experts on water management. And from all of them, I get this sense of optimism that all the resolutions, all the ideas, all the suggestions that have been discussed here at the forum will actually translate into actual policies implemented in the daily lives of the people everywhere in the world. Now, the reason for this high hope is because here at the forum, we do have a parliament meeting titled Mobilizing Parliamentary Action on Water for Shared Prosperity, headed by Puan Maharani, the Indonesian Speaker of the House of Representatives and also Chair of Inter-Parliamentary Union. Now let's have a look at the result of the 10th WWF's Parliament meeting.
Indonesian House's Speaker Puan Maharani said on Thursday that the Parliamentary Forum discussed four main issues during the meeting, including access to water and sanitation as part of achieving sustainable development goals, innovative practices for inclusive water management, water as the core of climate action, and diplomacy on water management and other cooperation for peace. The Parliamentary Forum is part of activities held during the 10th World Water Forum, which is jointly organized by Indonesia and the World Water Council, or WWC. The Parliamentary Forum is attended by 231 parliament members, including a number of speakers from 49 countries, as well as participants from international organizations. Puan said the forum provided opportunities for sharing information and knowledge among members of the World Parliament and experts, international organizations, and civil society organizations on issues related to water and sanitation. The Parliamentary Forum has agreed to issue a communique as outcome document called Nusa Dua Recommendation, which consists a number of proposals in coping with global water and sanitation problems. Below are points of the recommendation. First, overcoming the water crisis as part of an acceleration in achieving SDG goal. Second, promoting water management that prioritizes the fulfillment of human rights. Third, maximizing the role of parliamentary oversight and public participation to resolve various obstacles to water access. Fourth, promoting the inclusivity of water policy formulation. Fifth, ensuring water management as an integrated part of the national strategy for adaptation to climate change. Sixth, establishing innovative financing for water governance. Puan said that members of parliament from 49 countries taking part in parliamentary meeting reaffirms the importance of mobilizing parliamentary action regarding water for global security and prosperity. Regarding the commitment to make efforts to overcome the water crisis as part of the acceleration in achieving SDG goals, the Global Parliament also agreed to give more attention to issues and agenda concerning water problems in each country of the legislative institutions.
Luisa Sesco, that's the end of our special segment here from the Media Center at Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center, because now the closing ceremony has started. So I'll give it back to you in the studio. I'm Siska Becker. This is the end of the segment for TVRI World from Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center for the 10th World Water Forum. Back to you, Luisa and Sesco.
Yes, thank you, Siska, live from Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center. Have a nice day, and of course I think tomorrow you will have a day off there in Bali.
Finally, she gets to rest tomorrow, and meanwhile we'll be waiting for more reports, maybe from Siska Becker or Bram later on, but thank you so much for your report. And
Yes,
we're still back here in the World Water Forum.
And well, I want to tell you something, that I had the opportunity to talk with the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, and he said that a lot of challenges that's facing Indonesia and also the world actually about water sanitation and water access and cleanliness. And one of the important thing is that we must collaborate with other countries, and also we must have the programs to mitigate any natural disasters. And before we're going back there to Bali, we'll see the closing ceremony that in the 10th World Water Forum, they agrees to strengthen disaster risk reduction management because, like Minister Sandi said, that we have the impacts of global warming, we also have the natural disasters, we also have the natural water scarcity in the world. So one of the topics they are, or the talking happening in Bali, is about the strengthen of the disaster risk reduction management. And we can tell the viewers here that at the end of the 10th World Water Forum, the regional process session on yesterday afternoon, the coordinators of 4 regions, namely from Asia Pacific, Africa, and America, and the Mediterranean, identified similarities of challenges in these regions to overcome water crisis caused by climate change. And actually, we also can see in your screen right now that I think the closing ceremony is about to start.
And the closing ceremony is going to be located at the Mangupura Hall. That is where the closing ceremony is supposedly going to be held tonight, and it's going to be one of the highlights of this World Water Forum. We had a very great opening ceremony before. Right. There were lots of entertainment, singing and dancing. And we also had Elon Musk coming to the opening ceremony. Also, we had an opening remarks from our President Joko Widodo and also the President of the World Water Council. And now let's go ahead to the Mangupura Hall once again to see what is going on in the preparation of the closing ceremony. Let's go.
In the 10th World Water Forum. We pledge to be the promising future for our generation through your support and emphasize water for shared prosperity. Thank you. See you at the 11th World Water Forum.
Thank you, Neil and Karishma. Please kindly return to your seats. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a week of inspiring discussions, innovative solutions, and unforgettable experiences as we have come together to address one of the most pressing issues, sustainability of water resources. Please indulge yourself in the summary of the 10th World Water Forum 2024, Water for Shared Prosperity.
For 7 days, we have gathered in this beautiful island of Bali for the 10th World Water Forum. Discussing, sharing, exchanging ideas, renewing our friendships, as well as making new friends and good memories. The 10th World Water Forum has successfully marked the largest edition in history of the event, bringing water to the top of both the political and societal agendas. We have now come to the end of the 10th World Water Forum here in Bali, Indonesia, under the theme Water for Shared Prosperity. Let us continue what we have achieved this far in pursuit of efficient and integrated strategies that ensure water prosperity for all.
That surround and support us. Tanpa air, tidak ada makanan, tidak ada perdamaian, tidak ada kehidupan. No water, no life, no growth. Oleh sebab itu, air harus dikelola dengan baik karena setiap tetesnya sangat berharga. Let's work together to cure it of all the ills we have caused. Indonesia berharap dunia dapat saling bergandengan tangan secara berkesinambungan untuk dapat memperkuat komitmen kolaborasi.
Now, we need to be fighters, and more than fighters, we need to be water warriors.
A round of applause for the 10th World Water Forum 2024, Bali, Indonesia. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite the Vice President of the World Water Council, Mr. Erik Tadiu, to come up on stage to deliver his remarks.
Your Excellency, Minister Basuki Hadimuljono, Minister of Public Houses, of Public Works and Housing of the Republic of Indonesia, Your Excellency Loic Fauchon, President of the World Water Council, Ministers, Excellencies, esteemed colleagues and friends. On behalf of the two co-hosts of this 10th World Water Forum, it is my honor to address you at the beginning of this closing ceremony and to reflect on what we have done together during this whole week. let us first remember why we came here. What does it mean that we spent a lot of time and energy, and also money and carbon, to prepare for the forum and to come to Bali? We came here because we do not want to forget any of the human faces behind the numbers that we have discussed about. Billions of our fellow human beings around the world who do not have access to safely managed drinking water services, who do not have access to safely managed sanitation services, who do not have access to water dignity, whose health conditions and even survival are at stake because of bad water availability, who lose their life in water-related disasters, who are suffering the slings and arrows of multiple crises, climatic, economic, as well as health and food crisis. We came to Bali because we understand that our planet is fragile and that we have only this one, and that water is at the heart of our survival. We came here because we need to address inequalities in water access. We want to ensure a We came with our different levels of responsibility, senior ministers and young experts, also young ministers and senior experts. We are different and diverse, and that is exactly what a forum is about. A unique platform of dialogue between all types of stakeholders and points of view. Let us really cherish these moments of togetherness that we've spent here. I know that this sounds a little bit naive, but didn't we come here not only with our minds, but also with our hearts, in a spirit of dialogue and cooperation? Yes, we came here with sense and sensibility, because we are aware of our global responsibility, because we want water justice, because we want to commit for shared prosperity. For all these reasons, let us not go home like before. Let us go home with at least two commitments. First, let's keep in our hearts and everyday actions and attitudes these Balinese water wisdom that we enjoyed here. From the purification ceremony of last Saturday to all of our sessions, we work hard, but we had a lot of fun too. Coming here to Indonesia, I was introduced to the traditional concept of Gotong Royong, which means how, in its diversity, communities come together and work towards a common goal in a spirit of mutual assistance. Gotong Royong membawa berkah. It brings blessings. Second, let us go home with a positive agenda. Of course, many concerns have been expressed that we are all worried about. Insufficient coherence of policies, lack of financing means, inadapted governance, poor water information systems, insufficient space for dialogue, among others. Of course, we know that during the forums, we need to have more inclusive conversations towards agriculture and water for food production, for example, between water resources management and sanitation services, in deeper integration of water and nature approaches, other examples. But we also go home with solutions in innovation, new technologies, finance, governance, in order to implement better water security policies, to improve quantity and quality of water resources, to better control water demand, water needs and uses. New initiatives and new coalitions have been launched. That is a positive agenda. We know that we must reinforce awareness raising and communication beyond our water community, because the time has come for more sustainable water behaviors and consumption patterns. Water sobriety is a positive agenda. We know that we need to break silos to design more coherent policies at the local and national levels. That is a positive agenda. So let's go home with this positive agenda, with ambition and patience, with Balinese water wisdom. Sedikit sedikit, lama lama menjadi bukit. It means little by little, it eventually becomes a hill. With consistency and patience in doing something, the result will become significant over time. So let us reinforce our efforts to build a more efficient, peaceful, and sustainable cooperative water management. Sedikit sedikit, lama lama menjadi bukit. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Thank you, Mr. Eric Tardieu. Please kindly return to your seat. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, established by the city of Kyoto during the Third World Water Forum in 2003 and awarded every 3 years since then. This is the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize 2024.
Throughout Kyoto's 1,200-year history, it has always had a special relationship with water. Not only has water been vital to our success, but many devastating floods and typhoons have also taught us to respect nature and be resilient. Looking out across the world, we see the same spirit and potential in so many of our neighbours who are creating better relationships with water for themselves. We believe that grassroots initiatives are the best solution for these unique local issues. And the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize was created to show the world the best examples of these initiatives, supporting promising organisations and inspire the innovators of the future. At the 2024 World Water Forum, we're proud to once again offer 2 million Japanese yen, approximately $14,000, in recognition of an organisation which is sustainably solving water issues in their community.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start the awarding ceremony of the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize 2024. My name is Yuta Tsunemune.
And my name is Xiaochen Zhu.
And we are from the Japan Water Forum. The video you just watched was an introduction of the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize. Now, I would like to introduce the speakers for this event. Professor Taikan Oki, the Vice President of Japan Water Forum. Okay, Professor Ahmet Metesachi, the board member of the World Water Council. Okay, and Mr. Kazuhiro Sakurai, the CEO of Asahi Shuzo. And finally, the winner of the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize is Ifa Rami from Youth Sanitation Concern.
Thank you. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude and hear from Professor Oki about the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize. Professor Oki is a laureate of the 2024 Stockholm Water Prize. Professor Oki, the floor is yours.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening. As the Vice President of Japan Water Forum, it is my distinct honor to present the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize. Established in 2003 as the third World Water Forum in Kyoto, Japan, this prize is designated to recognize and celebrate a grassroots organization that serves as an exemplary model for others worldwide. Today, I am pleased to announce that the seventh recipient of this prestigious award is the Youth Sanitation Concern, YSC, from Indonesia. Chosen from among 70 applicants globally, YSC has demonstrated exceptional dedication and impacts. Youth Sanitation Concern has been recognized for its outstanding efforts in addressing the challenging circumstances posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. They have successfully built vital local sanitation infrastructure, including public toilets, and have effectively promoted hygiene practices through awareness-raising activities. Additionally, their efforts to empower the local community to manage these facilities by themselves after the implementation of the facilities are remarkable and commendable. We greatly admire Youth Sanitation Concern's sincere commitments and contributions to the well-being of local communities in Indonesia through water. It is with great pride that we present the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize 2024 to Youth Sanitation Concern. Congratulations, YSC.
Thank you, Professor Oki. As he introduced, grassroots activities are also important to address water issues. And for this year's Kyoto World Water Grand Prize, we have received sponsorship from two companies, Asahi Shuzo and Shimazu Corporation. I would like to hear from Mr. Sakurai, the CEO of Asahi Shuzo, about the company overview and the reasons for sponsoring. Mr. Sakurai, the floor is yours.
私たちは日本酒獺祭という日本酒を作っている酒蔵から来ました。私たちのお酒というのは、酒を楽しむというのは社会が安定してなければ楽しめない楽しみの一つです。社会が安定というのは平和というのもすごく大事ですし、貧困がないというのも大事です。ただそれ以上に大事なのは水という環境、それが潤沢になるときちんと存在すると、そこは大事だと思っています。私たち酒蔵というのは水がすごく大事です。酒は米と水から作ります。水も材料として大事ですが、米を作るのにも水が潤沢に必要となります。すごく水というのは大事なものなんです。ただ、水とか環境、資源というものは、どうしても周りにあるもの、持っていると周りにあると誤解してしまうもの、そう思っています。ただ、そうじゃないと思っています。私たちは皆が理解しなきゃいけない。水や環境や資源がない地域があると、そしてそこに苦しんでいる人がいると、ここを皆が理解しなきゃいけない。そしてもう一つは、今回受賞した YSC の皆さんのような、その環境を変えようと一生懸命取り組んでいる人たちがいると、私たちはそれを皆が理解しなければいけないと思っています。YSC の皆さんは本当に大事な挑戦をしています。私たちはおいしい酒を作るっていうのも大事だと思っていますが、 その美味しい酒がこういった皆さんの挑戦につながっていくこと、挑戦を応援できると、そこを喜びに思っています。Congratulations to all of the member, family, and friends of YFC. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Ms. Sakurai. Now, I would like to hear from Professor Ahmed Sachi, board member of World Water Council, on this stage. I would like to hear from Professor Sachi about the aspects of the winning organizations that should be evaluated. Professor Ahmed Sachi, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Ahmed Sachi. I represent the Board of Governors of the World Water Council. I was the Vice Chair of Kyoto World Water Grand Prize Selection Committee, which includes the Japan Water Forum, Kyoto City, naturally, and the World Water Council. I would like to provide an overview of the screening process we went through. We had about 70 applicants from 30 different countries. It was a rigorous process. We had to select one from each of these, 70 applications. And we emphasized on culture, community, and sustainability. As Professor Oki just mentioned, we found that the youth with sanitation concern deserves that very important prize. So the reason we gave them the prize was during the COVID-19 pandemic, which we all lived through, during these difficult conditions, they could establish local infrastructure from grassroots, from very poor regions, without the help of a government or financing. They could have the local infrastructure, probably saved lots of people. They promoted hygiene, and probably most important is they had a post-project management. When the project finished, they followed it, and therefore we found it very sustainable. So we will invite the youth with sanitation concern representative very shortly after me. I congratulate them again for winning this very important prize. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sachi. Next, we would like to move on to the presentation of the prize board. The prize board will be awarded to Ms. Ifarami, Coordinator of Youth Sanitation Concern. Professor Oki, Ms. Rami, please come up to the center of the stage. Okay, the prize board will be presented from Professor Oki to Ms. Ifarami. Okay, Professor Oki, could you please hand the board to Ms. Ifarami? Okay, congratulations to everyone at Youth Sanitation Concern for winning the grand prize. It was a great moment. Continuing, Ms. Ifarami will receive a souvenir from Asahi Shuzo, the top sponsor of Kyoto World Water Grand Prize. Mr. Sakurai, please come up to the center of the stage.
The souvenir will be presented from Ms. Sakurai to Ms. Ifarami. Ms. Sakurai, please hand the souvenir to Ms. Rami. Once again, congratulations to everyone at the Youth Sanitation Concern for winning the grand prize.
Okay, next, we would like to go on to the photo session. Everyone, please come up to the center of the stage.
Everyone, you are free to take photo as you like. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay, it was a wonderful time. Professor Oki, Professor Sachi, Mr. Sakurai, please return to your seats. Next, we would like to have an address from Ms. Ifarami, representing the winning organization of the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize, Youth Sanitation Concern. Ms. Rami, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ifarami. I'm representative of YSC Youth Sanitation Concern from Lampung, Indonesia. Water and sanitation as fundamental necessities for human life. As young people, we believe everyone deserves safe water and sanitation. That's why in 2020, we launched Millennial Fight COVID-19 with the support of International Secretariat for Water and Swiss Agency Development and Cooperation. This initiative promotes healthy living, improve communal sanitation facilities, and increase water access using solar panel pumps. Community participation is the key to the success of this movement. This initiative is our first step toward expanding our effort. We envision water and sanitation becoming mainstream into various aspects of community life. Therefore, safe water and sanitation can be achieved. Receiving this award today is a moment of great pride. It serves as a reminder that young people have the power to contribute to changing behavior in the community. We need to be trusted and given more opportunities to contribute, as we believe this is their responsibility. And we extend our deepest gratitude to Japan Water Forum, World Water Council, and Asahi Suzo Cooperation for recognizing YSC and supported our effort. We hope this recognition can inspire other organizations to follow suit and collaborate in realizing safe water and sanitation access for all and for the future generation. Our next president said, konsisten dan pantang menyerah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ifarami. We have received congratulatory messages to you from Ms. Koji Matsui, Mayor of Kyoto City. We would like to show the video message. Please watch the video on the screen. The video will be presented to Japanese. Please refer to the screen on either side for English subtitles.
皆さんこんにちは。京都市長の松井浩二です。ユースサニテーションコンサーンの皆さん、世界水大賞、京都世界水大賞のご受賞、心からお祝い申し上げます。また、本大賞にご尽力いただいたスポンサーの皆さん、インドネシアバリの運営スタッフの皆さん、世界水会議、日本水フォーラムの皆さんに心から感謝申し上げます。安全な水とトイレを世界中にという標語、その標語のもとに、病気の予防や水資源の保護に欠かせない衛生的なトイレの確保は持続可能な社会の実現に向けた世界共通の目標の一つだと思います。ユースサニテーションコンサーンの皆さんは世界中が新型コロナウイルスという前例のないパンデミックに直面する中、公衆トイレの整備により地域の衛生環境を飛躍的に向上され、SNS の活用や教育機関での授業など地道な取り組みで地域住民への衛生習慣の定着にもご尽力されました。さらに完成した 業や教育機関で急激な気候変動など貴重な水資源を守るためにはさらなる取り組みが必要となっております。地球温暖化対策に関する人類史上初の国際的な約束である京都議定書誕生の地、そして豊かな自然と共生する暮らしや文化を育んできたこの京都の地から森林の保全など水資源を守る取り組みを世界に向けて発信してまいりたいと私自身も思っております。最後になりましたけれど、ユースサニテーションコンサーンの皆さんはじめとして、本日会場にご臨席の皆さんのますますのご発展ご活躍を心から記念して私のお祝いのご挨拶とさせていただきます。本日は本当におめでとうございます。
Okay, we are about to close the ceremony. Thank you all very much for your attendance. We wish Youth Sanitation Concern and all other applicants addressing the water issues will have many more successful years. We hope that the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize motivates even more local actors. We are looking forward to seeing you again at the 11th World Water Forum and celebrating together the next edition of the Kyoto World Water Grand Prize. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sunemune and Ms. Zhu. We have witnessed the recognition of outstanding individuals that have been engaged in sustainable activities and initiatives for the benefit of local communities and in promoting efforts to address water issues. Once again, congratulations to Ms. Ifa Rahmi. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now we would like to kindly invite to come up on stage for the handover procession the Minister of Public Works and Housing of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Basuki Hadi Mulyono, the Deputy Minister for Water at the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Dr. Abdul Aziz Muharrab Ashabani, and the President of the World Water Council, Mr. Louis Fauchon. Ladies and gentlemen, the handover procession from the host of the 10th World Water Forum 2024 to the host of the 11th World Water Forum 2027. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished gentlemen, please kindly look to the camera for documentation purposes. We will now conduct a photo session on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. His Excellency Dr. Abdul Aziz Muharrab Ashabani, please remain on stage to deliver his remarks. His Excellency Mr. Basuki Hadi Mulyono and Mr. Louis Fauchon, please return to your seats.
Mr. Basuki, Minister of Public Works and Housing in Indonesia, Mr. Louis Fauchon, President of the World Water Council, Ministers, Excellencies, colleagues and friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am honored to speak to you as we conclude the 10th World Water Forum in Bali, Indonesia. On behalf of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, I would like to thank the government and people of Indonesia for their warm hospitality and successful and wonderful organization and wonderful program of this event. Your dedication and efforts have made the international convergence a meaningful discussion and efficient exchange of solutions to global water issues. I take this opportunity also to thank the World Water Council for co-organizing this event and giving us this wonderful opportunity for discussions on water and global water issues. As we reflect on the discussions and outcomes of this forum, I highlight our local efforts we extended locally in Saudi Arabia to face water challenges. You may know that Saudi Arabia is one of the most water-scarce nations. It understands the gravity of these issues. Our arid climate and limited natural resources with booming economy have demanded innovative solutions, including investments to ensure water security of our population. Water is at the heart of Saudi Arabia's national agenda of Vision 2030. To diversify our economy and ensure sustainable development, water security is a basic need. To this effect, the National Water Strategy 2030 outlines our commitment to ensuring continuous access to safe water and sanitation, enhancing water demand management, preserving and optimizing water resourcing, and fostering an economic growth within the water sector. Saudi Arabia has made substantial milestones to tackle water issues both domestically and globally. Our investments in advanced desalination technologies, wastewater treatment and reuse, smart water management systems reflect our commitment to sustainable water management. To further address the water challenges we share with similar climates, we implemented on the ground actions through solutions based on legislative instruments derived from the water law, with a phased implementation that considered the social fabric, environmental sustainability, and the health of our economic sectors. These actions include demand management through metering of groundwater use, controlling irrigation to be limited to crop requirements, devising nature-based solutions, regulating high-demand crops such as fodder, rainwater harvesting, and mobilizing food production to areas of renewable water resources to ease the demand on non-renewable resources. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia recognizes the importance of international cooperation and acknowledgement. In the G20, we introduced the Dialogue on Water during our presidency of the G20 in 2020, and the G20 Water Platform, and both were acknowledged in the G20 Leaders Declaration. In this context, we also acknowledge the global water challenges in arid and semi-arid regions, including deterioration of water quality, risks associated with changes in climate, to name a few, and we are keen to address them by cooperative breakthrough, practical research, and innovative and global water organization. It is with great anticipation and sense of responsibility that Saudi Arabia takes over as the host of the 11th World Water Forum in Riyadh 2027. The provisional theme of the forum, Action for a Better Tomorrow, encapsulates our vision of the future. We are committed to building on the achievements of the previous forums and pushing the envelope on water financing, innovative solutions, and global cooperation. Our goal is to create a global water convergence where stakeholders can share knowledge, foster innovations, and drive actionable change towards sustainable water management. We aim to ensure that the 11th World Water Forum will be a milestone in our collective efforts to secure a better water future for all. Additionally, Saudi Arabia seeks to ensure the next World Water Forum ties into the many other water-related forums, ensuring cohesion in the global water agenda and promoting unity in the policies and approaches to address water challenges worldwide. In closing, I encourage each of you to continue the dialogue, collaboration, and action that we have initiated here in Bali and previous meetings. Let us remain committed to our shared responsibility of managing and protecting our precious water resources. Again, we deeply thank the World Water Council for giving us this opportunity to host the 11th World Water Forum, and we look forward to work together with the World Water Council and with all regional and international water-related organizations, including also civil society groups, research centers, and academics to develop practical and executable agenda. Thank you once again to the government of Indonesia, and thanks to all the participants and everyone who has contributed to the success of the 10th World Water Forum. We look forward to welcoming you all to Riyadh in 2027 for the 11th World Water Forum. Together, let us continue to take action for a better tomorrow. Thank you and safe travels to all back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Please kindly return to your seat. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the host of the 11th World Water Forum 2027.
Okay, as we see that now is a special dancing appearance from the next World Water Forum host, Saudi Arabia.
That's right, because in 3 years' time, the next World Water Forum will be held in Saudi Arabia, and we'll be expecting a lot more in Saudi Arabia's World Water Forum.
It will be the 11th
11th World Water Forum, correct.
Yeah. From the biggest archipelagic state in the world, Indonesia, to Saudi Arabia, that we can say is the most, we can say, maybe like minimum water there. But what I heard in Saudi Arabia, they have this advanced technology on the desalination of seawater.
That's right. They're really counting on the technology there to make sure that they have enough water and that they can sustain the water for the entire country.
Yeah, that's right.
And besides that, just now we have watched how His Excellency Abdul Aziz Al Shaibani, which is the Saudi Deputy Minister, who have given his remarks, his speech in regards to being the next host for the World Water Forum in 2027.
Yeah, that's right. And as we heard also from before, from the early of this closing ceremony, that there was also Ifah Rahmi, the head of the youth, if I'm not mistaken, the Youth Sanitation Center, that we can conclude and we can be aware that the youth is also a main part in this whole water issue in the world. Because as we said earlier, that in the regions, namely Asia Pacific, Africa, America, and the Mediterranean, there are similar challenges that we look at. If we look at the solutions, one of them is to engage with the youth and also with the public, and also about because youth and public usually has lots of innovation, lots of technology potential with them. So,
that's right, Sesko, as Ifah has mentioned just now, that it is our responsibility, especially the younger generation, to come up with the new innovations.
That's
and
right.
we're also very proud, and we congratulate once again to Ifah Rahmi from Lampung, Indonesia, as the winner of the Kyoto World Water Awards, and she has won a grand prize just now. And congratulations once again. And also one of the things that was really impactful for me tonight just now was looking at Eric Tardieu, the Vice President of the World Water Council. Just now we watched and we listened to his speech where he said that in conclusion there are two commitments that he expects from this World Water Forum. The first being, he said, we need to do gotong royong, which is, you know, we know what gotong royong is, but basically it's how the community should work together. You know, the World Water Forum has finally ended and it has finished ratifying all this new policies, regulation, and projects. But in the end, all the communities must work together hand in hand to make all these goals attain. And besides that, he also mentioned that we need to have positive action. We need to have a positive solution, innovation, as well as new technology, so that together we can make an impact. And he also closed his speech saying that sedikit-sedikit, lama-lama jadi bukit, which means, you know, we work here and there bit by bit, but together we can really achieve what we want. Yeah.
So sedikit-sedikit become menjadi bukit means that bit by bit became a hill.
A hill, that's right.
That's for you that maybe not familiar with that saying in Indonesia. And from the 10th World Water Forum in Nusa Dua, Bali, in 3 years' time will be the 11th World Water Forum in Saudi Arabia. We cannot wait for the conclusion or further continuity of this forum to explore more, to discover more about next steps of the water issues and water solutions in the world. And from the studio in Jakarta, Indonesia, I'm Sesko Satrio.
And I'm Luisa Kusnandar. Thank you so much for watching the closing ceremony of the 10th World Water Forum. We are from the studio at TVRI World. Thank you so much, and we hope you have a good night tonight. Thank you.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.